Hello, my petals, and welcome to the very first episode of The Roze Garden. I am your host, Tabula Rosa, aka La Rosa Negra, or Black Rose if you're nasty. And today we will be discussing bad decisions. The title of this episode is Getting Pricked. I have with me today the lovely Xeno the Unknown.
Yee.
Hope.
Hey, how's it going?
And Monkeypop.
Okay.
And to get the ball rolling, I'm going to start with a bad decision I made. Deciding to go to school 500 miles away from home because we're currently in quarantine and I cannot see my mother or my family.
Damn.
I know, right? I decided to move all the way up here and I can't even, I can call my mama, but that's not the same. And honestly, I don't even like my family that much. I want to go see my dog.
Oh my god.
I do. I want to see my dog and raid the refrigerator. That's it.
You know what I want to do?
What you want to do?
I want to make some cookies.
I don't like how you said that, sir. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Don't think about it too much.
The way you just said cookies was a bad decision. But speaking of other bad decisions, have any of you ever made some questionable or bad decisions?
Yes. A bad decision in my life was the day I decided to. Oh, that's deep. A bad decision in my life is the day I decided during my college heyday.
Oh no.
Being a broke college student, as I
no.
was.
Oh no.
Only thing I had left was a PlayStation and a jar of peanut butter. And given the fact that I was very hungry that day, that peanut butter had hips that I ain't never seen before in my life. Looking like a whole snack and a half.
Oh my god.
So as I laid my sensual eyes on that peanut butter, with the nice slow jams in the background, I hip rolled my way over to it, opened that jar up, took 2 fingers, no fingers in particular, just 2 of them. Use your imagination. Stuck them inside that peanut butter, wiggled it around like 3 times, and went to town on that jar. So it was a full thing of peanut butter, and I ate that. I was full that day. And let's just say an extra little rumble made me think peanut butter fell on my pants, but it wasn't no peanut butter.
Oh no.
To this day, I regret that. And I love peanut butter jelly sandwiches, but I would never eat peanut butter plain ever again since.
Not even peanut butter and crackers?
No cap, that's racist.
That's a dry mouth. No.
Hold on, peanut butter and crackers slap, okay? That was my childhood growing up. I would get the jar of Skippy, especially the Skippy Honey, grab me some saltines and just be sitting and going to town. Or the Ritz crackers. The Ritz went crazy.
You just gonna eat that by itself?
Yes. I mean, I had a cup of milk afterwards, if that's what you mean.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's so dope.
Milk?
Yes.
That's a bad decision right there.
What's a bad decision? Milk?
Yes. Why do you make choices like that? Do you not care about your stomach?
I enjoy milk. I am not lactose intolerant. Lactose
They don't
intolerance
mean
is a
nothing,
demon.
man. Black people don't drink milk out the glass.
I do.
That's because your skin is just a freckle at this point. You're not black.
Hold on. Excuse you. I'm bliggly black and I'm black.
I think you talk about your hair, probably. But that's just
No,
skin.
sir. No,
At this point, if you drink milk, anybody out there who make a bad decision by drinking milk out the carton or the glass, you are a serial killer. And I'm reporting you to the police. I'm going to...
I pour me
I
a
think that's
nice
a carton.
cold glass of milk with ice in it. I
Ew,
said what I
ice?
said. I said what I... Put ice in it. Nice and cold. It's the same as putting ice in your cereal. That milk be hitting.
Almond milk.
I don't drink milk whatsoever, man. Ugh.
Like strawberry milk, chocolate milk.
The best milk grade, that is, the best milk grade is the red cap. I need my whole milk.
Yes.
All the fat in my milk. All of it.
Only way I used to
I
drink
will
milk is
settle
when I
for
was in
2%.
high school and I wanted to skip school. So I knew, because I knew it was gonna make me sick. And the only way I drank milk.
Xeno.
Even when it came to cereal, everybody knows it's the best part. You eat cereal, you gotta drink the milk afterwards. No, I just eat the cereal and pour the milk out because this shit is disgusting to drink by itself.
Xeno, you wasn't raised right. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised.
You mean to tell me you be raising,
Use your words. Come on.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed out by what you're saying right now, because you mean to tell me with your whole face, you just sit there and after eating a whole bowl of Cocoa Puffs, will pour that milk into the sink?
Why you say bowl like that? I ain't like the way you said that.
I said bowl.
A whole bowl.
I said a whole bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
Man.
Cause Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs
Puffs
hit,
is
okay?
good. I ain't gonna cap.
But I do love Cocoa Puffs.
I ain't gonna cap. Cocoa Puffs is good, but I'm not gonna go out my way to drink the milk. If I
Raisin
don't like
Bran's good.
Well,
Raisin Bran's my favorite cereal actually. When I used to eat cereal, I don't eat cereal no more. But when I used to eat cereal, I always get Raisin Bran 2 scoops to be exact.
My favorite cereal growing up was, favorite cereal in the house was Honey Bunches of Oats. Favorite cereal, if I could get it, was Frosted Flakes.
You sound like a nigga.
put the sugar on it.
I don't know about the extra sugar, because, even to this day, I drink KoolAid, but I put water in it, too. I put all the proper sugar amount, but then I cut it with water because it'd be too sweet.
No,
Drinking KoolAid.
In the first place.
It's like drinking, you don't cut your juice. Maybe it's because I don't know. I
Just
don't.
drink flavored water at this point. What the hell?
I mean, I do that too, but I don't put all the sugar powder and stuff in it. But that sugar to sweetness ratio, the sugar to flavor ratio in KoolAid, you gotta put the proper amount of sugar. So you gotta mix that together right. But then once it's got its proper sweetness and sweet flavor ratio, then you cut down all of it, like the sweetness and the sugar, with water. It's like taking Simply Lemonade and some seltzer water or some La Croix.
It sounds too fancy for me.
La Croix, it's a sparkling water.
I think I had that. Somebody had it with my coworkers. I'm like, yeah, I'm thirsty. Like, hey, you have this? I'm like, cool, soda. Ain't had one in a while. It's just disgusting. It's just like salted water.
Well, first of all, it's because you be drinking all the sugars. You probably drink a gallon of sweet tea a month.
I'm Southern, of course.
See? That's your
No, I'm not gonna lie though. I haven't had sweet tea in a while. And the last time I had sweet tea was what's it called? Golden something. Golden something. Golden Peak.
Corral?
Yeah.
If Golden Corral has sweet tea, I promise I might go.
Golden Corral is disgusting. You don't want to go there.
Golden Corral
I
is
know.
amazing in
That's
Georgia.
why I haven't been. I've heard all
That
the
must be in
stories
Florida.
of Golden Corral.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Floridians do not like Golden Corral because it suck out there. Come to Georgia. It's very good out here.
Golden Corral is trash out here too.
No, Mississippi. It's good.
You said you in Mississippi. God damn.
Mississippi don't got nothing.
But we off topic. I just realized this. We gotta circle back. Who is next in the rotation? Hope.
Huh?
Hope, my dear. Have you had any experiences that went awry or made a choice that you knew was bad or?
Okay, so I can't really say that it was a bad decision because it was a good decision that turned out being bad. I went to college, and with everything that I had going on with losing my grandmother and then my uncle, and it was just not a time for me to go to college because now I'm in this debt that working in a fast food job is not going to pay off the debt that I owe now. It's not. It's like when you go to high school, some people are going to tell you, oh, you should just go to college right after because you're going to not want to go later on in the future. Sometimes you just need that break because now that I was in college, I just don't want to go back. College is not for everyone, and it's definitely not for me.
College is not for everybody, and I want to take this time to encourage everyone to not only consider my biggest thing anytime, because used to mentor kids when I was in high school, and even on my first year of college, I went back to school to actually still talk to them and keep in contact. If you are not going to college, at least have some sort of success plan for what you're going to do after you graduate.
Just don't go to an art school. You gotta draw naked old people, and that traumatized me in college.
I'm
The man dropped his drawers in front of us comfortably.
Oh, you talking from experience?
Yes, I'm like shedding tears right now because it really made me a different man today. I can't look at old people the same because now I think about that lady ticket. Like it was hanging, it was dangling like yo-yos. It was nasty.
Oh no.
It's the human figure. That's all that is. It's fine.
I think that was a flashback.
Oh my god, moving right along. Okay, last in our rotation right now, Monkeypop. Have you had any questionable experiences or bad decisions?
Oh yes. All right. This is this is when I was playing basketball for like summer. So I was at this party, and it was like an all-day party. Then I had asked my mom if I could spend the night, even though I had a game the next day. She was like, no, because you have a game. And I was like, I'll be fine. So, he being me, stayed up all night, doing what kids do. And then it cost me because we had lost the game because of that. I showed up late, and I was sluggish throughout the whole game. And it was just really bad because I let the team down because,
Okay.
but where I'm coming from, right? So it was a bad decision to stay up all night. It was a bad decision to stay period, even though I know I had a game the next day.
I guess the real question is, what did you learn from that, man?
Wait. We'll
Be
get
more
into that
responsible.
You said what?
You gotta be more responsible. There's more stuff in life to do than just party and have fun. Gotta take care of your business first, and learn that the hard way.
We'll get more into our suggestions for how to make better decisions and reflective moments a little bit later in the segments. Right now, I want to move into a section I call Picking Petals. It's a Q&A. So our first question up is, would it be a bad decision to live with someone else even if you don't know their lifestyle because you want to help out? Who wants to start this one?
Can you repeat the question?
Is it a bad decision to live with someone even though you don't know their lifestyle because you want to help out? I'm guessing maybe the person you're trying to help is either hard on times or whatever.
Facts.
Maybe
Well,
could use a roommate.
Given the fact that I've been through that, I would never do it again. And this is with family. My mom, it was me, my mom, my sister, and my granddad. And we decided to move to a bigger house with my aunt, her two kids, and the cousin that she had taken care of. And we had two of them we were taking care of. So it was a whole handful of people in one house. And at first it was great. The first couple of years it was good. And the back end of us staying there, it became like we seen their living habits wasn't meshing well with our living habits. And that's one thing you got to get used to. And this is family, so with a random person, it could be even worse. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I'm inclined to agree, honestly. I can't say that I would move into somewhere with anybody just to help out with them. I mean, it's one thing if, like, this is your friend and you've got good chemistry and have at least, like, a good amount of communication that you can have with this person and can talk to them, because sometimes your friends are slouches and you gotta call them out on it. I've even been that friend where I had to go, bitch, get your shit together because your room is trash. And I mean, I think it's in poor decision because you got to think this is where I need to have my peace. Above all else, where I lay my head, I want to come home and just not have to stress out about nothing, not have to worry about nothing. Just come home. I can take my shoes off. If my feet funky, that's my problem. I can go and wash my feet afterwards, but I don't want to have to think about it. No cap. I mean, I'm trying to be out here sweaty toed sometimes. It's alright. After a long day of work, I'm trying to be sweaty toed.
You said that with too much confidence.
I meant it too. I really did.
You heard it here first. You don't want to live with Rosa because sweaty feet is in the family.
Hold on. Okay.
Take part of that.
Look here. I ain't say all that. I said after a long day of work, if I got sweaty toes, I want to be able to come in and have sweaty toes. That's my business.
Feet smell like onions and sauerkraut.
No.
Okay.
No. But yeah, I think it would be a poor decision to move in with someone just to help them. Again, because just how I feel, I really, really treasure the home as my safe space and very, like, it's my sanctuary. Hope.
So okay, yeah, but this I can't really speak from like experience. But like I would never for you said like you were saying to move in with someone just to help them like without knowing their lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like completely move in with someone, but I would just go over and help them, but like still have my own place, but kind of like just go over and check on them really. Because I'm not just gonna kind of move my whole family in with some random person. Because they like I show up and they got roaches or something. I'm not like I'm out.
Nah,
Gonna like break that leaf real quick.
You can't bust out a quick can of Raid, not a hot can of Raid just for the one time.
Nah. Like no amount of Raid is not. Nope. You may think you got all of them. They'll be hiding up in the ceiling or something. No, thank you.
Okay. And I'm starting to think, because, I mean, I'm reviewing the question right now. What if it's not knowing their nice lifestyle because you want to help out is meaning maybe fiscally they need, like, financial help. And so they're like, I need somebody to help me move in because I got to go half with somebody on this rent. Does that change the circumstances for you?
I mean, I'll put an ad up for you and help you find a roommate, but I don't know if I'm gonna drop my whole no, thank you.
Yeah, you see everything for
I
yourself.
just tell them I'm a Satanist, they'll leave me alone.
You gonna find the right one out of nowhere. They're gonna be like, "Hail the Dark Lord."
They're gonna start cutting themselves and like put my blood together with your brother.
You gonna find the right one.
No.
It would be nice to help, but at the same time, you got to think about yourself.
But to the end of the day, they're thinking about themselves by asking for help.
Think about their credit score.
That's all they're worried about is you helping them. But at the end of the day, I feel like in a situation like that, it's more so one-sided because they're worried about their situation and getting help for their situation that they ain't really considering yours or considering you in the process. You know what I'm saying? So
think about how it's gonna affect you in the long run.
Batch.
All right, so I think the general answer here is yes, that's a bad decision. We please make sure you pay attention to everything we just said because we gave you varying reasons on why not to do this.
Think about them roaches.
What he toes.
Hope don't fuck with roaches.
I don't.
On to question number 2. Okay, question number 2. Is it bad to be jealous of your potential boyfriend's friends because he spends more time with them than you?
I don't have a boyfriend. I can't speak on that.
Okay, fine. We'll reshape the question. Is it a bad decision or like is it bad to be jealous of your significant other's friends because they spend more time with their little friends than they do with you?
I mean, no, not really.
I mean, that's like a tough one to answer. It's like a yes and no situation because if you're in a relationship, you're gonna want that attention. And if they're spending more time with their friends than you, of course you're gonna get jealous. But if you spend too much time with each other, you get tired of each other. So it pushes them away as well. So it's like It's like I think it's like a situational thing of how the couple is.
You're kind of making my point for me because actually, what I was gonna say was, no, it's not a bad thing to be jealous of your potential significant other because they're spending more time with their friends. Because realistically, it should be if they were spending time with their friends prior, they should be cutting you into their time now and making ample time to give you the adequate amount of attention as well as their friends and tending to their priorities. Because if they're really concerned about being with you and whatnot, they will make the time for you. But if they're just here to be with their friends and they're saying, I guess I'll pay you attention. One, you might be a side chick, so definitely. One, you might be a side chick, and then two, just maybe that's not the person for you. Find somebody who can give you it, maybe, or if that is the amount of attention they can afford to give you, find someone who can give you that right amount of attention that you require.
You know what? You can call me a simp, whatever they want to call, whatever they got named for it nowadays.
Oh no.
But to be honest, I'm the type of guy. If I'm in a relationship, that person has my undivided attention. Yeah, I'm gonna have my friends be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'll see what my significant other want to do first, and then I'm like, "Hey, you want to go do something?" They just be like, "Nah, well, I'm gonna try to hang out with the homies and stuff." Okay, have fun, sweetie. Shit like that. You feel me? Because I'm gonna put her first, no matter what, over the friendships. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to build an empire with the one I'm in love with, not the homies that are temporary and can leave my stab me in the back any day. You feel me? So.
Plus, also, I mean, I don't know your
Plus
situation.
Ultra? My bad.
I mean, I could go plus ultra right now and really beef up, but that's besides the point. I was saying, plus also, I can't speak for everybody's situation, but for the most part, I don't think your friend's giving you the cut either.
No cap.
You're not getting no play from your friends. So when you, in the middle of the night, when you need a little extra attention,
it's kind of like my situation.
who you gonna call? Not your homies.
Ghostbusters. That's why it's like it's tough. It's a tough situation to be in because I guess I'm talking like for my situation now. Most of my friends are mainly on my game. I have no IRL friends who I can just go hang out with. I mean, I do, but I don't cause like I just don't do it. I'm already an introvert, so being at home and being with that significant other, and then if I need a break from that person, I have my game and my people's online. You feel me? So it's like I'm still around you, but I'm not there. So it's not like I'm just abandoning all things because you want to chit you just come in there and be like, hey, hop out the game and come play with these things. PG, we'll keep it PG, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like my situation. Like I was dating my girl. Like he was saying, like if you show her too much attention, then it can lead y'all to fall off, and that's kind of how it went. Because I showed her more attention than I showed my friends, and like every day was like consistent of her. So.
Hope, do you have anything you want to put in on this or a different take maybe?
No, y'all really covered on that one.
All right.
Y'all got that one.
All right. Moving right along.
Basically, everything y'all say, I agree with.
Aw, look at us being all agreeable and in our big brains. Look at that.
Gummy bears.
Not gummy bears. Oh, no. Well,
I have gummy bears.
Gummy bears are delicious. Let me stop. But it matters what kind. I will drag you if it's not Haribo or chocolate.
I love Haribo. What's the juicy kind? The one it's like juicy.
Gushers?
No, it's like in a green bag. I forgot what they're called.
Sea squishies.
I done told you before. I hate the word sea squishy. That don't sound right.
Love it.
Especially the way you say it. You be like sea squishies. Don't nobody want nobody randomly popping up in your ear going, sea squishies.
Oh my! Why would you say it like that?
Because that's how you be saying it. You ain't never heard him say
like sea squishies.
See?
Got that juice in the middle and you bite it and bust it in your mouth.
Stop it. You stop that right now.
No. Oh yeah.
Okay, moving along to question number 3. Is it a bad decision to cut someone off you love because of their lifestyle?
Can I go first?
Yes.
Oh,
All right. Can you read the question again?
Is it a bad decision to cut someone off you love, like a loved one or a friend or a family member, because of their lifestyle?
Because of their no.
It's not a
Okay.
bad decision?
Oh, it can go either way because okay, if you're like a family member, then they're like you can't really cut them off because at the end they're gonna be the ones they're gonna be there when you really need them. And like if it's a friend, then I can't explain it. But I thought
family though.
I'm gonna have to disagree on the family thing because family is probably worse than a friend, to be honest. So you'll have to cut them off a lot more than a friend
That is
because
true.
Uh-oh.
that's. I would say this. Put it like this. I'm gonna use an example. Again, example. You have that family member who has that party lifestyle, heavily on drugs, and you know, they always get you in trouble because you're not because you have their back. You're such a loyal family member that you're gonna be there for them at all times, but you always get the butt end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I'm gonna have to cut you off because now you're ruining my image and my reputation of people see about me because I'm with you and you just don't care about your life at this point.
I see that. I'm in the state of mind and of the school of thought that I'm not gonna necessarily cut off a family member or a loved one for that, but like I can cut off anybody. Don't get me wrong. My cutoff game is strong. I will unfriend you. I will block you. Whatnot. I see you when I see you, and it's not necessarily me cutting you off. It's just getting you out of my direct space because I just need to put some distance between me and you because I don't see what you're doing and I don't want to see what you're doing. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm going this route, I've already told you how I felt about whatever this is. Say, for example, like you got a real heavy drug habit, and I'm like, I don't know about this one, Chief. What about later on in life? Or what happens to your liver? Then you keep going. I'm like, all right, I'm not finna sit here and watch you destroy yourself. So I'm a dip. See you when I see you. If you get better, we can try and fix this later. Do y'all feel me on that, or am I out here hung to dry?
I mean, it's an agree to disagree situation. Like I agree in some aspects, but it's like for me, I guess because I'm such a hermit that I'm able to just really just cut somebody off and don't bother them, don't have to worry about them bothering me, yada yada yada. Because I'm the type of person that I don't really do the chance thing, the strike one, strike two, strike three. If you hurt me, then I try to avoid that situation again at all costs. You know what I'm saying? So I cut them off at right in that moment. So if you burn me to avoid that situation, it's done deal. I don't want nothing to do with you. I've cut off plenty of people in my life where I haven't talked to them since this day.
All right, I can feel that. Hope.
I mean, because like how he was saying, he kind of just gives people like a one chance thing. Or like when it comes to me, I kind of give people like a two. Like depending on like how I really like care for that person, I would give them multiple chances. But when it comes down to it, like the people that get too clingy and it's like I'm trying to help you, but you're kind of just more like I don't really care, I can't. Like you just gotta go. But it's just like it depends on the situation, really.
I mean, okay, I feel that because I definitely feel like if you're trying to at least do something about your lifestyle and you've maybe fall off the wagon, then that's different. But if you just not doing nothing, I see you.
If they're making an effort, then they're worth helping, really.
Right. It's just about like I see that showing that you're worth the effort or the energy or willing to put in the work.
There's some people like when it comes to some people, like they can't just like drop their whole habit. Like they have to work to it, and they need people to help them and like push them.
All right, all right. Well, I think that's the last of our questions. Moving on to the next segment, I call this one "Put Plug the Roots In." Um, I've got a list of 5 different songs pertaining to decision making and Just all that we've talked about today. The first one being Karma by Lucky Day. It's also one of my pet names because I do go by the moniker Karma myself. Do any of the three of you have a selection of choice?
You know, it's funny. One of the songs that I was on request is called Karma as well, but it's by Plaza.
Karma by Plaza. Ooh, we got two contenders for the word karma. All right.
I can't think of anything.
That's fair.
I can't think of nothing.
Yeah, like
I'm just looking at my playlist to be honest.
The next song I had on my list was Get It Together by Indie. Because, like, it's very much, it tells you to center yourself in spirituality, because it's a very, like, not even, when I say spirituality, people tend to think, like, religion. It's just all about your internal spirit and getting your energy in life right. It was the first thing that came to mind, specifically with that last question that we were on.
All right. My next one is called Privilege by The Weeknd. It basically speaks on, you know, your decisions led to this action, basically. Your bad decision led to this action. So even the first word of the song, he said, enjoy your privileged life. That let alone show you like, okay, you done fucked up. Now you gotta live with this choice.
Uh-oh. Still no song selections for the two of you yet?
I'm probably not gonna come up like with any song selections.
That's
it's
fair.
just I get that it just goes for us too.
I'm getting that vibe, and I can also plug in any songs that you may come up with after the episode is finished. Monkeypop, you got any songs for us?
not really. Most of the songs I listen to is just songs that I can relate to. Like any song that like I hear it and I relate to it, then it's just I don't really know how to explain it, but
alternately, I chose my third song to be a good decision, Backwood by Ari Lennox, because, like, I don't know about everybody else here, but I know when I get into a space where I'm just incredibly overwhelmed and just need to take a moment, I'll spark a lighter in a second. Just me and my backwood and a nice bit of herbs. Gets me some good greens and some veggies, and it'll just help me woosah my life. And I mean, who could be mad when they high? Exactly.
I guess people who live that lifestyle.
I can't speak from experience. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, you could be on a food high. I will say that. It don't necessarily have to.
Comas is more my afternoon.
I like my food.
Right. You like substitute out the veggies for eating ice cream. You can't be angry while eating ice cream, especially if it's an ice cream cone. You look stupid licking an ice cream cone with an angry face.
First off, I am a gentleman. I don't lick an ice cream cone. Thank you.
So what you do? You just suck on it like a full nipple, just.
No.
Whoa.
That sound effect had to go. But nah. I just no cap. I just bite it to get down to the cone level, bite the cone off the side of it, and then keep biting down.
What kind of savagery? You bite your ice cream from the cone?
I bite my ice cream.
Oh my, what kind of Conan the Barbarian bullshit? Oh no. That's a lot.
Unless it's one of those fancy
You be biting ice cream too, Hope?
Oh no.
Oh,
can't catch me doing that.
Yeah, she got little teeth. You can't do that.
I don't got little teeth.
Not the toddler teeth.
All right. So next song.
Yes, your next. What was your next song?
My next song is "Candles" by Juice WRLD, and this song is in particular on. It could be either a good choice or a bad choice because in this song he talks about his decision of whether he's making the same mistake again or making a good choice. So it's like a good guy, an angel and demon on the shoulder trying to battle it out to give you either that good choice or that bad choice. So it's a mixture of both choices in one. Candles by Juice WRLD. Go check it out.
All right. I'm gonna say for both my fourth and fifth song for this week, I'm gonna have to go with both Sticky and Cool Side of the Pillow. Sticky is by Raven Lene, and Cool Side of the Pillow is by Kyle. I want to get his last name right. Kyle Dion. There we are. Sorry, had to search it up for a second. Both of these are about either staying in bad decisions with either someone who should be an ex or a partner who isn't necessarily the most positive or beneficial to the relationship, or doubling back to an ex. Both of which are bad decisions, obviously, but maybe not all of you, but some of you out there can feel me on that one. Cause dumb bitch juice be in the cup sometimes and you just gotta sip. Or not. Do you have a contender for number 4 or number 4 and 5, Xeno?
Number 4, I would have to give to Clever, Loyalty. Because that's one of the things everybody struggle with, is to figure out who's loyal, and even if you're loyal to this person, is it worth being loyal to this person? You got to make these choices in life. Could be a good or a bad choice in the end.
So the name of the song is Loyalty by Clever?
By Clever, yes, Loyalty. And the last but not least, drum roll, please. Icy by Shot. That's why not. The last song I would have to go with Circles by Post Malone. Circles, it's a really, really deep song if you really deep dive into it. This man, he struggles with choices. If you listen to his last album, which was Hollywood Bleeding, that whole album he struggled with choices. So I recommend that album, to be honest, but in particular, Circles. Circles is a really good song to really open your eyes about what choices can lead to, good or bad.
Okay. I feel that. And do either of our two other guests have any other songs to contribute before we move on to the final segment?
No.
Nope.
for a song, I like every single song I know. Just
it's in another language.
Oh, that's fine. Huh? We can do songs in different languages. It's just about the message or the energy behind the song.
Oh, that's what he said. You know what?
Wow, you really out coming for everybody neck, Xeno. This neck is a baby neck, okay? I just grew this neck. This neck is in its infancy. Let me live.
Hey, man.
Hair on my neck.
You got hair on your neck. Oh, my God.
You think he a gorilla?
Oh,
what the fuck was that? She said gorilla, you make a walrus sound? What the...
I don't know.
I don't think he knows the animals.
You know what? There's a reason I study music and not animals. Okay? There's a reason I study music and not animals. Let me live. Okay, well, if we're finished with the songs, we're going to move on to our last segment I call Turning a New Leaf. Do we have, given our topic today, any advice on how to make good decisions or reflective moments based on our decisions that we want to share?
I would say that live with no regret, because even with what is a good decision or a bad decision, you learn from it. If you learn from that decision, then no matter what happened before you what happened in the process of learning through that decision, you always make the way to find that brighter path. You know what I'm saying? So it's bad choices or good choices. You always got to figure out those paths along the way. So just got to keep fighting through.
I feel that.
You know, the worst choice you could possibly make is getting someone's name tattooed on you.
Unless there's a nickname, you can just say that's anybody.
Oh, no. Not the name. See? All y'all out here so quick to tat your baby daddy name on your titties. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Pussy mine, no. You gonna put tape that.
I'm gonna tell a female tattoo air spray on them and just explain that to people when they get there. When we break up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those sticker tattoos.
Not a sticker.
Mate.
It's gonna dissolve in 90 days.
Just like my feelings for her.
God.
Get a tramp stamp with my name on it if you know it's real.
Oh my God, not a tramp. Everybody gonna see her shirt rise. All they see is Xeno. Just in them 4 letters. In the
Had it on that lower back.
You know it's gonna be that fancy ass cursive too.
No cap. The X gonna be all squiggly.
Okay, Monkeypop. Oh, I'm sorry. Monkeypop, do you have any good advice or reflective moments you want to share?
Before you do, I mean, a lot of people say that, but a lot of people don't follow. Like, if you go somewhere thinking you're gonna do this and there's gonna be consequences, then you're just automatically in the wrong position.
Monkeypop talks like a Shaq interview.
You gonna leave Shaq alone, okay?
Yeah, the game we play good. You know,
being that big, it's kind of hard to get all the blood in his brain.
Me and Kobe, we did well together.
Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. You on timeout. You on timeout.
Nipsey was it?
Ooh.
The hell did you just say?
I gotta go.
No.
Okay. Well, to close out this segment, I'm gonna say my advice to you is to.
My bad.
You can't do anything after you've made the decision. It's just all about picking yourself back up again. Because if you stay down there, you're just going to feel bad about having messed up. And we can't stop ourselves from messing up all the time. Sometimes we have that foresight. But hindsight is 20/20. And we only can see what happened after the fact. So now what are we going to do next? You just got to keep walking. If you step in doo-doo, you gotta keep stepping to get it off your shoe. Xeno, you're supposed to be quiet in timeout, sir. You're supposed to be quiet in timeout, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Alright, well, I want to say thank you to my guests for stopping in today. Is there any social media you want to plug right now? We'll start with...
me.
Okay, we'll let Monkeypop start this one.
Alright. Go follow my Twitch, Monkeypop312. Trying to hit 1,000 views by June. Flight Reacts. My Instagram, j.page.2x. My YouTube, KingJ_YT. Snapchat, JollyRancher_48.
Jolly Rancher.
Alright, and you will find it all in the comment section / the description box. Hope? Do you have any social medias or platforms you want to plug?
Yeah, you see, social media is great and all. I just don't really use it, so I'm good.
You know, that's valid. Not everybody needs social media. Like, it's a scary place.
I get bullied all the time.
Xeno, without
last but not least, it's me.
If you don't get out my ear.
I can on timeout.
On Twitch at
Xeno
the Unknown, at YouTube at Xeno the Unknown, on Instagram at I_am_Xeno.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you spell that last part?
I'm going to get my Switch. And I don't mean Nintendo.
Oh.
Whoa. She don't mean Nintendo Switch.
Gotta go.
Matter of fact, I'm going to get a Switch made out of rose stems with all the thorns still on them. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. I'm kind of putting my own fans in.
SD, man. My auntie used to whip me with switches. Never mind.
Can I put in my OnlyFans?
And that's on trial.
No.
Sir, you're underage. No.
I don't care if Beyonce did endorse OnlyFans. We're not doing that here. Actually,
The registration is advised.
support sex workers. I actually support them. They get into the bag.
Follow me on OnlyFans and still Cheetos. I sell feet pics.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all for coming. Until next time, this has been Tabula Rosa, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.